Okay, so the pork, the teriyaki pork and the garlic egg rice, I'm going to I'll put a little bit of oil in there, because what happens is the oyster sauce and that tends to burn. So I've added a little bit of oil, and I'm going to do the beef in there, and I'm going to do the same as what I've just done with that's a bit of extra virgin in there. You know, if you want to spice things up. I showed you in a previous video some of the stuff I've got in the cupboard or the pantry. It's whatever's in the cupboard, whatever's in the pantry, whatever's in the fridge, whatever's in the freezer. So the beef will go into those two, and Steve will enjoy those. I'm not eating the rice. I'm on a real super low carb diet, but I'm gonna put those little babies in there and see what happens. Let's go. That's it. That's the noise you want to hear, right? And that sauce, what's left in there, I will pour that over when I add the vegetables, which I'll do now. So just chill. I'm doing this one-handed. I need to set up the gimbal, the DJI, I think it is OM4 phone stabilizer. So, because I'm lacking the colour-coded boards, I'm not cutting the meat on this. I've only been cutting the vegetables on it. I've actually cut the meat on a plate today, so I'm a bit disappointed in Kmart leaving me hanging for 2.5 weeks. Send me an email telling me, oh, sorry for the delay, your stuff's on its way. And then today I'll get an email from them saying, oh, we had to cancel your order and refund your money because, yeah, I had all these utensils and, you know, haberdashery, you know, bed linen, things for cooking, you know, the spring rolls and pasties and containers for storage and whisks and cutting boards, and so that was a bit disappointing. So Kmart online shopping experience hasn't been good, and for whatever reason, blame it on the COVID, whatever, but like, you know, surely they would have had their, you know, adjusted by now. Been doing this stuff for over 2 years, almost 3. So I'm going to cook this, and I'm not going to cook these veggies right down so that they're super soft like I did with the pork. I'll just sort of, you know, I should have had those sort of like a little bit crispy in the pork over there, you can see. But anyway, and then I'll take the meat off, let it rest, slice it, and then I'll add it to those rice containers there, and Steve can have that in the bowl. He'll eat that tonight. And those in the container, you can either freeze a couple of them, leave one in the fridge, take it tomorrow to work, or whatever. There's always something there in the freezer. Heaps of variety in there. Let me just give you a sneak peek perhaps. Let's see what's in there. Alright, let's have a look. Look at those, look, see? There's a couple, there's about 7. Oh, that's a bought one at the bottom there. Oh, look, a couple of my spring rolls. There's a few up here as well. See? Hey, aren't I sharing? Some ice for the, you know, the beverages, the bevies. There's a frozen chook. There's a pizza base. So, and there, Dim Sims. I'll just put them in there because I don't want them getting frostbite. But there you go. So, yeah. So earlier I'm talking about the boards, the colour-coded boards, and I'm like, you know, there's the blue one, you know, for seafood, the red one for meat, red meat. I think the green one's for veggies, you know, and there's a white one. I don't know, it might be for poultry, I don't know. But so you're not getting cross-contamination. So with this board right now, it's the only one I've got, thanks Kmart. I would bleach that in between. So if I was going to do veggies and then I had to do the meat or whatever, I would bleach it and wash it and yeah, reuse it. But preferably not timber though, because timber kind of holds on to things. But there are ones out there that are quite safe to use. But again, you just want to be using one board for, you know, each food group, you know, that you're going to be using it to cut. So I shouldn't be moving that around too much. But I'll remove these veggies now because they're done as much as I want them to be. I want them to be a little bit crunchy. Not too crunchy for Steve, but just a little bit. And a bit of a tip, you might not want to overcook the veggies a bit, especially like, you know, particularly if it's a stir fry. That's the whole idea. I have a bit of crunch in them and keep the nutrients also in there. But if you're going to keep it and it's going to be reheated or cooked the next day, yeah, that's going like that. That's great. Then they're going to cook again, and then I'll cut them really thin. The pieces, you can see, even thinner than that. A couple of them. The knife I got's not quite right, but it is. So I'm going to take that off and let it rest. And then I'll slice that up and I'll put that on top of those two. On those two. It's the oyster sauce, the soy sauce, the same onion and carrot and some garlic, but I've added ginger to this one. And then I'll just add the beef because that got marinated in oyster sauce, soy sauce, ginger, garlic, and just some carrot and some onion on the garlic egg rice. That'll do. Enjoy. Now let's rest it. There's the pork, the teriyaki pork. All right, see the juices? Let's have a look. There, see? Isn't that lovely? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? So that's rested now. I'll slice that up and add it to the other. It's I'm doing this one-handed, so let's see one that I prepared earlier. There you go. Look, see, still a little pink using the Victorinox knife. Still a little pink inside. So that's great. Look at it. Lovely. Time to add that to the containers. And you know what? When you're cooking something like this, ideally, it'd be great if you were just into it, you know, like straight away and not waiting, you know, like, because it's always, let's say always, this stuff is best eaten in the moment, not the next day. Some things taste really, really great the next day. The flavours come out more, depending on what it is, but you can really smell the garlic and the ginger in this. That's so good. There, that's lovely. Look at that. Lovely. I'll clean all this up and that'll do. That'll do you.